What's up, guys? It's Gray back here tonight with another video. Tonight we're going to be working on old Florida art. I've had a major breakthrough here in Gemini that I want to show you guys, and then offline I've obviously done like some coding and whatnot that I want to kind of catch you guys up on. So yeah, let me go ahead and show you guys what I've done and my workflow here. So I've always had an issue kind of getting images to recreate via AI, meaning I like an image a lot and I want to make a variation of it, i.e. like a poster, something like this, I really like something like this and I want to make a variation of it, I want to place these lemons in different areas, pineapple maybe up here, kind of swap it around and like do my own kind of variation of it, and then this is just like my kind of frame of reference for what I want to do. I've always had a difficulty like, kind of getting that information into the AI model to be able to then generate that image for me. So what I'm able to do now is this LLM, I can take this photo right here, I can copy it. So I'm in Gemini here, and I can say generate an ultra detailed JSON image profile for the following image. I found this on Instagram. Some guy did this on a reel and I saw it and I recreated it and I got incredible results. So here you go. So what it does is it gives you back this JSON image profile where it gives you like a description, the title, and then what's really important here is all of these elements. So it's kind of clarifying to the AI model where all of these elements are going to go on the painting, like poster, whatever. And then it also gives like some colors, some descriptions, and what's even cool is like down here it kind of gives like the art style, the period, the purpose. So then what I'm able to do is grab this, say, then feed it back in saying generate an image of the following. Paste back in that JSON. So where this is going to become powerful is that JSON that we just got, we're going to be able to then like tweak it and change it to whatever kind of like variation we want. Obviously we'll do that with an LLM and code, but just to be able to like give that image, get it back, and then get that back, like what a crazy result. Like how nuts that just from this we're able to get back like kind of a variation of what we wanted. I mean, obviously it's not the best, but like I even threw a bird in there. Like, is that a pelican? I can't tell or not, but we got a grapefruit. Didn't even say grapefruit. So got a grapefruit, got the oranges, got the Spanish moss, my favorite. Beautiful here on this big old tree. Some hibiscus flowers, oranges, miani. It's always really bad with words. What does it say? Like, Olisek and Carmita. That's funny, whatever. All right, so what I've done here is I've gone ahead and I've coded a bunch of stuff while you guys were gone. I wasn't recording anything. So essentially what's happening here is I just recreated what I just did in Gemini in code. So I grabbed this Google Gen AI docs are right here. So what we can do is we can do image generation. So via their docs here, there you go. You can use the 2.0 Flash Preview image generation. That's the one I've been using. Yeah, the Flash 2.0 Flash Preview image generation. So with that one, what you're able to do is you can come down here, generate images using Gemini. That's what we want. You must include the response modalities as a text image. Image only output is not supported with these models. Okay, cool. So we get the Python example right here that says we're going to instantiate a client via Gen AI. And then, like, obviously you're gonna throw your API key in here. I think what Google does, which is pretty cool, is you're able to like put your Gemini API key or Google API key in your ENV, and it'll like find it for you, which is cool. If you want to do that, I don't know. In my script that we're gonna look at in a second, I just clarified my API key right here. But what you can do is like give it a bunch of contents right here, and then you'll just generate content using that model that we just set above that you need to use, with the contents, and then the types, generate content config with the text image that you said you need to do right here. And then what happens is we get the parts of the content. If text is not none, we're going to print it. And then if inline data is not none, then we're going to open up those bytes in this image object. And then we're going to show it in this we're gonna save it, excuse me, and then we're gonna show it. So what I did was I went ahead and I just grabbed this and then I put it into the script here, JSON to image. So essentially what I did was just like, this is the same call that we just had right there, you know, the response modalities text image with 2.0 flash image generation, and then my prompt is just the same thing as we did in Gemini on the browser. Create a detailed image, or here, generate a detailed image. Oh, what's going on here? I swear, AI came in here and changed that. So this is, yes, okay, cool. So look, essentially what I'm doing is I'm grabbing this image that I have right here, which is the same one that we looked at in the browser. And then I do analyze image to JSON. So what I do is I open that image, I read the bytes of that image, and then I construct a prompt where I say analyze this image and return only a JSON object with following structure. And it gives me title, description, colors, object, style, mood, text elements, geographical features. See, I kind of like how Gemini in the browser was able to distinct and create its own JSON structure, but I found testing Gemini offline on my own that it's just a little bit better to give it a structure and then it'll just populate that itself. And I've gotten good results with this one. Obviously, this came from AI on the side over here. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna read in that image, and then this is the prompt. So then what happens here is when I go back to the docs over here, we do image understanding, which is what we're looking for, and then passing images to Gemini is exactly what we're looking for. Inline image data, exactly what we're looking for. So there's a little text byte right here, or a little code byte right here, where you just import the types, you open that image, read the bytes, which is kind of what we just looked at over there, and then you're going to generate content from this model, the 2.5 flash, and then this one part from bytes, get the image bytes of this image that we just read right here, say that it's a JPEG, and then this is your prompt, so you can like give your image with the prompt, kind of similar to how we did in Gemini. But so we're gonna use the 2.5 flash, just like how they say we're gonna do here, the 2.5 flash, and then as we just saw, yeah, we're gonna send in that image that we just read above right here, the bytes, with our prompt that has the structure that we just said, and then what happens is it's gonna return back kind of like a markdown version that has these 3 little backticks and then JSON, and then it ends with 3 little backticks. So I was unable to parse that in the beginning, but it was just some trial and error I had to go through to parse that. So that's what this extra line does right here. It kind of removes those code blocks if they're there in this response.txt. And then we load that into JSON, and then we return it. And then when we get that JSON data, if it's none, because if we can't get that, we have an error here, we just return none. So we get the JSON data, and then we pass that JSON to image, this JSON to image function that we just looked over, generate detailed image from the following JSON dump that data, or the JSON data. Then we use the 2.0 flash preview image generation, which is what we just saw in the docs. And then, yeah, so let's go ahead and run that right here. Takes like 10, 20 seconds, not that bad. But it gets some pretty good results. Like, this is the last one I got. Oh, sneak peek. It'll come back. It's still running right here. It'll be a new one. It'll open it for us. Not bad either. Look at that croton right there. Is that a poinsettia like in a croton? Interesting. Super cool though. I mean, this is really realistic. I like this a lot. I like how it's kind of like you have like the counties, but this looks really real, these flowers. And this looks like some sort of like painting or whatnot. But how cool that we're able to take any photo that we want and basically get like a variation of it just back from code. This will be really good to like get into our pipeline here. I'm really glad I came across that Instagram reel to find this, because this is incredible. So let's try again with some more images. Let's try it with one more image that I have here. I want to pull it up. I'm going to drop it in this directory over here. So I've got, here, this is a really cool one. So this is another one I'm going to do. It's called Wave. This is my background of my computer. It's just such a cool like painting. Like you can see the strokes. So let's see how it does with this. I'm really curious to see how it does with this. I'm also curious to see how much this is charging me. It doesn't say. Like you can look at the usage and billing studio that they built here. I also just want to say that this dashboard right here is extremely similar to like dashboards that AI has built me recently. So I want to know if like this whole thing is just like AI. It definitely has to be. What? Come on! This is unbelievable. This is like watercolor. This is incredible. This looks super realistic, like a painting. I am absolutely blown away. So what does the original look like again? Original? I think I'm zoomed in. Oh, this is just an incredible painting right here. I found this on the internet, but this is like, I was destined to find this. Is such an incredible painting right here. But that, I mean, what an incredible variation. Granted, it's like breaking a different way, but that just makes it even so much cooler. Wow. So yeah, guys, that's all for tonight's video. I was really just excited to show you what I had found from prompting Gemini, also through Instagram Reels, but how I was able to take an idea that I found on Instagram and then implement it into a script that I'm able to run with all these images using some of the newest and greatest technologies. So appreciate you guys watching this one, and have a good night. Peace.